Hello, friends. Welcome to creativeyatra.com. Right now, we are at the O2H conference. Right now, sitting with none other than actress Elli AvrRam. Elli, who came up over here to discuss about films and arts, is now going to discuss with us about her journey so far in Bollywood and how she has been throughout such an affluent actress. So, Ellie, please tell us about your background, about your musician father, about your actress mother, and how this whole thing came into existence so beautifully.
Hi. Wow. Yes. My mother, she's an actress, singer, and storyteller, and my father is a musician as well. Yes, so I've basically grown up, in a house which has been very artistic and lots of music, dance, and performance happening. So I guess that's why it's always naturally been there in me. As in, I've always loved. Like I remember as a child, like I was doing my own plays in the garden, like where I was, singing and dancing. I was just inventing my own songs. Um, and I used to take sometimes my mom's costumes or different shawls in different colors and dress myself. And I used to dress myself first as a princess and then, turn into the witch. And yeah, so I used to love doing that, completely being in my own space. Um, and Yeah, and then of course it was growing as I was also growing up. So like when I was a teenager, I was offered this one a Swedish movie to be the lead in it. And it was basically a youth movie, like for all the colleges. Yeah, so that was the time because I was doing a little bit of theater as well. So that was the time I realized that I loved to perform in front of the camera. I love to act. I was 16, 17. Yeah. Um, so that was the time when I realized, like I remember in the first scene itself, I realized like, wow, I love to act in front of the camera. It was so much fun. Yeah, and then of course, I mean, my love from Bollywood started at the age of 5 when I first saw it on the Swedish television. I completely fell in love with it. I asked my parents like, what is this? And they explained me that this is Bollywood, something from a country called India. So that was the time when I was like, India, wow, what is that exotic land somewhere, in the world. And I was just admiring all these beautiful girls with the beautiful clothes and how they were expressing themselves by, singing and dancing and acting. Um, and then we have all of these Indian or Asian culture festivals happening in Stockholm. So we always used to attend those. And I remember once, I think I was like maybe 6 years old or something. There was this lady who was doing face painting, and I told her like, I want you to paint me as a Indian princess. And she did it, and for a week I didn't allow my mom to wash my face. Yeah, until one day, we had gone out for swimming, and my mom said, Ellie, you have to wash it off now. And I was like, okay, I have to, because I just kept admiring myself, watching myself in the mirror and seeing this, beautiful painting that she had done. And I was like visualizing me being an Indian princess.
That is great.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, and then as a teenager was the first time where I actually saw a full Bollywood movie. Again, on the Swedish television, they were showing it, and it was Devdas, the one with Madhuji. Yeah. And that was the time when I said to myself, oh my gosh, I want to be like those girls. Like they are just so beautiful. And what kind of cinema is this? It was so different. So actually, Sanjay Leela Bhansali sir has, he's the reason who has actually like made me go for Bollywood, because I fell so deeply in love with that cinema that I said, I want to explore this. I want to do this. That's why my biggest passion, in terms of like dance, like the Indian dance forms, is actually Kathak and the more the Bollywood, as in the dances that we have in Bollywood, more the very Indian one, as in, which is a kind of a mix of the Kathak and Bharatnatyam and yeah, all of that. I think it's beautiful because you express so much from your face, and there's so much of ada in it and all.
I think so. There is one more thing that I wanted to ask you. Since Elli was introduced almost a decade back her recent film with Kapil Sharma was also a massive hit. So let's talk to her that as someone coming from a Swedish-Greek background, now introduced in Bollywood in Indian films, how different are the films of Bollywood as compared to films that are made in your nation, since you have came from a background that is already from celluloids? So you can throw a little light on that.
Oh, there's a huge difference, of course. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Swedish cinema is very different. And also it has to do because, like what I realized when I came here to India and entered the Bollywood industry is that the way of acting is also different, the way of, expressing. And that also has to do because the language is different, the culture is different. So you do naturally express differently from a Swedish person, and having the Swedish culture and the Swedish way of talking. So yeah, that was something I learned. Yeah, so that's basically the difference. But of course, also through the years I have been in India, I've seen a drastic change also in the Indian cinema. There's so many other kind of stories being made, more realistic stories. What I mean to say, it's more
creative,
more relatable in the sense, so like in real life, in the sense it's not like it's not like a cinema which is larger than life, or which is taking you away a little bit, like having the masala, or like the dancing and all of that, right?
a little hyper.
ये तो होता नहीं है ना real life में, dancing and all of that. Do you dance? जब एक लड़की को मिलते हैं क्या? You go like, so that's what I mean to say. So, and I think that's beautiful, so, every director is getting to express his vision. So that's beautiful, and yeah.
So, Elli, we would also like to know what sort of projects that you're working on right now. What are the future things that our audience and all the people are going to see now?
Yes, so I'm coming in 3 web series this year. Yes, 2 where I haven't announced which ones they are. One is on Netflix and one is on Amazon Prime, and they want me to kind of like not talk about it yet. Yes, but one I could talk about is the one for Alt Balaji, which is called Verdict. It's based on the Nanavati case.
Okay.
Yes. So yes, it's a dream project actually that I've got to do. A dream role. I'm playing Sylvia Nanavati, the wife to Kavas Nanavati. Yes. So I'm playing a Brit. Because she was a Brit. And it's beautiful. Like, I'm really, really excited for that one to come out, because it's completely just like performance oriented. Yeah, and apart from that, I'm debuting in South, in Tamil and Kannada this year. My 2 movies are releasing there. Paris in Tamil and Butterfly in Kannada.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm just starting my next Bollywood movie now, 2 days after. Yeah, day after basically. Yeah, I'm not allowed to mention yet, but it's a very big one, so I'm very excited for that one. And then another Bollywood song also is coming out, this year. So there's a lot of me coming out this year.
So I think so you're going to see a lot of Elli AvrRam on screen this time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining with us. Really appreciate it. It was a pleasure talking to you. This is Himanshu signing off with Elli AvrRam at Creative Yatra.